Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to CLAT Ke Funde once again to continue our classes. Let me tell you one thing, guys, that 25th July, we started our initiative, and today almost we are going to complete 1 month. So it's a great achievement for us and for you as well, because without you, it was not possible, and your presence is must. And we love to have you guys in our classes because you are so attentive, so passionate to read, to learn all these things. And our main objective is just like that, to fulfill the need in this particular time. Your voice is very low. In this particular, hello, right now I'm audible enough? Megha, is it okay right now? Okay, let me check. Just give me a few seconds so that I can check the audio system. It's all right. Now it's okay? Yes, sir. Audio is okay. Okay, fine. But low, a bit low. Hello. Hello. It's fine now? Megha, it's okay right now? Kishan, Aryan Chauhan, Nitish Kumar, Arthav Mishra, all of you, good evening. Aryan Chauhan. Now it is audible? Hello? It's okay right now? Now it's okay? Ishika, it's okay? Okay. Nitish Kumar, yes, sir. Megha Garwal, it's okay now? Yes, it's perfectly fine. Okay, okay. Now let me continue without wasting time. Just straight away, I'm just going to the topic because in each and every class, I'm going to introduce you to new topics over there. And today, in my class, in this particular session, I am once again going to introduce two different kind of topics. And one is really related to the changed pattern of CLAT examination. If we consider reading comprehension section, in that particular section, a different kind of new question has been added, and that is all about selection of the set of prepositions, right? If you find a particular reading comprehension passage, and in that a few sentences will be included, and in a particular sentence deliberately a few prepositions will be missed out, it will not be given. So what you were supposed to do, out of the options, different kind of options will be given there, consisting of set of the prepositions, and you have to pick out which one you have to pick, which one is the right selection of set of prepositions over here. So today we are going to practice on that particular segment, and after that a different topic will be introduced, and that is all about figure of speech, right? So without wasting time, let me talk about this one. Two sections I have already mentioned. First one is selection of preposition, set of preposition. Okay, Aryan, it's not audible. Nandita, it's audible. Am I audible? It's perfectly all right. Sweetie, it's okay. Voice is okay. Nandita, yes, sir. Okay. So first one, as you see that, selection of preposition, and second one, figure of speech. So this is the question, right? A short passage has been selected, and from this particular passage, just look at the passage. Modern living has programmed our lives to a hectic, monotonous schedule that we have forgotten the gentle smile that once flitted across the human face. Okay, just coming back within a few minutes. Okay, fine. So through the question, you can easily see that a few hashtags are given over there, right? So in this particular question, a particular position, there are some hashtags. Okay. Now in this particular hashtag, you have to fill it up with the proper set of prepositions. Okay. Four options are given over there. Four options are given. First one, from, to, with. B, to, from, of. Next one, C, at, with, to. And D, to, on, off. So after going through the passage, this particular passage, you have to decide that which will be the right combination of preposition, and that is all about set of preposition selection. So if you consider the first hashtag over there, pervasive ability, then tag is there, hashtag is there, and after that, lifters. So it should be two. Most of you are answering B. Good evening, Raj, Kaustak. Good evening, Nandita, Shikha, Atharv. Okay, fine. Education first, 1C. Now, in this particular hashtag, it should be two. The first one will be two. It's quite sure that most of you are answering first one is two. So if it is two, then only two options are left with you. Option number B and option D. So option A and C automatically will be eliminated. So you are left with only two options. First one is B and next one is D. So moving to the second hashtag. Now lifters. Now once again hashtag is there, and after the abysmal depth, once again the hashtag is there. After that it is written gloominess. So to lift us from what? If we are considering lifters from which position? Lifting up from a certain position. So lifting us, it should be followed by from. So once you get to, after to it is written from, automatically D option will be eliminated, and your correct answer will be option, your correct answer will be option B, right? Your correct answer will be option B, this one. Okay. So when you are going to tackle this kind of question, you have to keep in your mind one thing, that you need to save your time by applying certain kind of tricks. Out of the four options, two options will be quite similar by nature, or three options may be similar by nature. What you are supposed to do, you have to pick out the correct one. If the first one is, you are dead sure about that first one is going to be the correct one, then after that it should be followed by another preposition, and you differentiate between the two options. Automatically you will get your correct answer. So in this particular question, question number 1, your answer will be option B. Okay, let me move to question number 2. Here it comes. Those who have joined late, all of you, good evening and welcome to CLAT Ke Funde, and just go through the practice session. It's the latest pattern. This question has been based on latest pattern. Now, in this question, if I talk about this question, everyone constantly faces challenges. Okay. Home, with our spouse, children, and other family members. Work, our peers and bosses. 3 hashtags are given over there. Before home, the appropriate preposition will be, it should be at or in. Always you should say at home. It cannot be in home. So once you are pretty sure about the first preposition, that should be at, so you are left with two options, C and D. Automatically you are going to eliminate A. Automatically you are going to eliminate automatically A and B, right? So the first, in both the options C and D, the first option C, you find the preposition at, and D also starts with at. Okay, so at home with our spouse, children, and other family members. Once again, work. It cannot be in work. It should be at work. At home, at work, right? At home, at work. After that, if you consider the third hashtag, you will come to know that work dash our peers and bosses. You are working with your co-workers. In an office, in an organization, somebody works with his co-workers or his bosses. So once you are attached with somebody else, you should apply the preposition with. And in the option D, you find that after at, it should be at, and finally it is with. Now you place all the prepositions in correct position. So the sentence finally comes, everybody constantly faces challenges at home, with our spouses, children, and other family members, at work, with our peers and bosses. Everybody works with their bosses, everybody works with their peers and with their other members of the organization. So your correct answer will be, your correct answer will be what? Your correct answer will be D. So what you are supposed to focus, that whenever you are going to select the correct set of preposition, two options, you must be dead sure about which one is going to be the first one. You will find two options or three options in which most of the prepositions will be given the same way, but it will be differentiated along if you go through the second one or the third one. You will come to know that which one is to be selected and which one is to be eliminated. Let me move to next question. Here it comes. It is actually the science of managing one's mind. Once we start have control our actions, we may also find the law attraction coming, then hashtag, then play. Okay. Now go through the question carefully. It is actually the science of managing one's mind, right? Once we start, then after, before have, it should be to. Once we start to have control. Now, once you are quite sure that the first preposition will be to, so in both the cases, option A and option D, in both the cases, the first preposition is written as to. So you were supposed to eliminate option B and option C. So you are left with A and D. Then only we have to move forward. Okay. To have control our actions. If you are talking about a single person, he is definitely going to have control over something. We always have control over something. So control will be followed by the preposition over. Now in option D, after to, it is written as over. Whereas in option A, it is written after to, it is written at. To control at, it's wrong. It should be control over. So you got your answer, and your correct answer will be D. Now you match all the prepositions with those hashtags. Now if we talk about, once we start to have control over our actions, we may also find the law of attraction. So it should be followed by of, and coming into play. It will be activated. Coming into play. It will be in consideration. So it's a phrase, coming to play. Fine. Now you're absolutely, you are matching all the options with those particular hashtags, and which is justified. In this way, option D is correct. Moving to next question. If a country should have a message for its people, it should be a message of human dignity. The ideals, a nation should be the freedom of ideas, speech, praise, the right assemble, and the right to worship. Now you think. Problem, right? Problem. So let's start. For its people, it should be a message of human dignity, the ideals of a nation. Okay, the first option will be of. The ideals of a nation should be of, the freedom of ideas should be of. So once again, of will be followed by of. The freedom of ideas, speech, praise, the right assemble, the right to assemble. So once again, of, and to. Your combination will be of, and to. So you put all these prepositions in the proper slot, and you will come to know that this particular option, option C, that is perfectly all right. Most of you are giving the answer C. You are all correct. Very good. Neeraj, Nikhil, good evening, sir. Sorry for late. Okay, no issue. Moving to next question. Now think it out. So let me start. If people have the freedom, then hashtag is there, live their lives, dignity, they cannot walk a sound mind and physical health. Now consider all the hashtags. Now after freedom, it should be two. So once you have selected two, look, option A starts with two, option B starts with two, and option C, it also starts with two. So we have to move forward. We have to consider the second option, to live their lives in dignity, or it will be on dignity, or it will be of dignity. Now, what do you think? It should be in dignity. So if people have the freedom to live their lives in dignity, they can work with a sound mind and physical health. So once you are quite sure about the selection of the preposition, that the first one starts with to, followed by in, and finally it will end up with a sound mind and physical health, then your answer will be to, in, and with. This one, option B. Okay, those who have a given correct answer B, fine, good, very good. Next question. Now, so I have tried to give you 5 different kind of questions related to, if we talk about these kind of questions. According to the latest changed paper, sample paper, that has been published from CLAT Consortium, we have come to know that these kind of questions are included. One question you were quite confident to get from those particular reading comprehension passages So you should be prepared how you are going to select the preposition or the right slot. So the more you practice, the more it will be in your grip. So here is the sample questions which I am giving you, which I am providing to you for your practice session. So you should be concentrating how, in which way you are going to connect all these prepositions to particular slot. And in this particular form, it can be given and you have to select which answer is going to be the correct one. Next important segment is figure of speech. If we talk about IELTS examination, you will find 5 questions from this particular topic, right? And it is known as figure of speech, like simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, euphemism, hyperbole. Now, what I am going to suggest to all of you guys, that in your 11th and 12th in English, definitely you were quite familiar with these kind of terms. Now, right now, you need to practice as much as possible that according to the sentence, which correct figure of speech is going to be selected. I have prepared an exercise for you. You just try it out and later on you will tell me that what should be the correct answer. Here is the question for you. Just think it out. Our soldiers are as brave as lions. Now think it out. When we are comparing two different kind of person or two different kind of things, we can call it what? According to figure of speech, that is called simile. It's not personification, Rifat. It's simile. Okay, our soldiers are as brave as lions. Look, here two different elements have been compared. First one soldiers and second one lions. So braveness have been compared. The word braveness has been compared. That's why the sentence has been framed like that. Our soldiers are as brave as lions. Two different things are compared over here. That's why your correct answer will be simile. Got it? Okay. Next one. Now go through this particular sentence. Okay, I'm getting the answer. Personification to Nandita Biswas, metaphor. Yes, it's all about metaphor. Why is it so? Her tears were a river flowing down her cheeks. Now, once again, two different things have been compared. Like her tears, first one is tears, and second one, it is just like a river. Okay, so if something has been compared with the other thing, and in this particular case, tears have been compared with a river, it is just like a river, it is just like representing like a river, and it flowing down her cheeks. So in this case, it should not be simile, it will be a metaphor. And always keep in mind one thing, that in case of simile, it will be as combination, and in case of metaphor, it will be straightforward comparison over there, just like that is written in the question. Okay, moving to the next one. The window panes were talking as the window blew through them. Now think it out. The window panes were talking as the window blew through them. Just go through the sentence very carefully so that you can understand that what kind of figure of speech has been referred to here. Most of you are replying personification. Okay, fine. Now let me explain. The window panes, non-living thing, were talking as the window blew through them. Now, if suddenly the non-living thing has been compared to a living being and that is doing certain kind of action, then definitely it is that particular non-living thing has been compared to a person. And once we are talking about a person, an action is being done by that particular person, then the figure of speech will be personification. And in this particular sentence, it should be all about personification. The window panes were talking. You cannot expect the window panes to talk about. So definitely in this particular sentence, once we compare the window panes to the person and those persons were talking as the window blew through them, so it's the application of personification. Okay, Ishika, is it clear? It's not simile. Simile is all about comparing two different kind of things. And personification, once the non-living thing has been compared to a person and that particular person is doing any kind of work. In this case, the figure of speech will be personification. It cannot be called simile. Ishika, have you understood? Is it okay right now? Clear? Okay. Moving to the next one. I'm so sad that I'm drowning in tears. I'm so sad that I'm drowning in tears. Now waiting for the answer. A few people are responding. Hyperbole, metaphor, metaphor. Okay. Just read out the sentence carefully. Certain element of twist is involved in that. It's not so easy as you think. Rest of the people waiting for the reply still. Okay, let me explain. I am so sad that I am drowning in tears. What is the meaning of drowning? What is the meaning of drowning? What is the difference between drown and sink? S-I-N-K and D-R-O-W-N. What is the difference between drown and sink? Can anyone tell me? Harshita saying you are replying alliteration. No, it's not alliteration. Alliteration is something different. I will tell you after a while. Now your sadness has been compared to a certain thing that you are just drowning in tears. Once it has been written that I am drowning in tears, it is indicating how sad you are. But is it possible? Is it feasible that somebody to die in water, that is drowning? Yeah, of course, Nandita, to die in water is called drowning. Fine. Drowning means Dubna for non-living, referred. Okay, fine. Drowning is used for people. Shikha Singh, you are absolutely correct. Now, here, your sadness, you are so sad that you are drowning in tears. It's not feasible, it's not possible that somebody is drowning in tears. So, when you are exaggerating the fact, जब बढ़ा चढ़ा के हम लोग बोलते हैं, the thing has been not so big as you are presenting it to be big, right? So in that particular case, when we are in the process of exaggerating any kind of fact, that particular figure of speech is known as hyperbole. And just opposite, it's called understatement. Okay, suppose that if you are talking about any summer season where the scorching heat is there and you are feeling that particular heat, but you cannot express that, you cannot express that particular scorching heat, rather you are representing it in less. In that case, you will be using understatement. But while you are exaggerating the fact, you will be using hyperbole. And here in this particular sentence, You are so sad that I am drowning in tears. It's not possible to drown in tears. That's why in this particular case, the figure of speech will be hyperbole. Got it? Next one. Now read this sentence carefully. She is economical with the truth. She is economical with the truth. A third, your answer is alliteration. No. Rest of the guys, please respond. Shikha saying euphemistic. Okay. Ishika alliteration. Okay. What about rest of the students? Nidhi, euphemism. Now let me tell you the answer. She is economical with the truth. Two different aspects are there. You need to concentrate. You need to focus. First one, I am just highlighting all these words. First one is economical, and second one, the truth. What do you mean by economical? What do you mean by economical? Then only we can connect economical with the truth. What is the other word of economical? Can anyone tell me? Then only I can connect both the words. Come on, tell me. Financial, okay. Yeah, financial, Nandita Biswas, okay. Economical means somebody who is not extravagant by nature, right? Somebody who doesn't spend so much. So economical means, हिंदी में हम लोग इसको बोलते हैं कंजूस, right? Economic means not to spend so much. So in this particular sentence, it is written that she is economical with the truth. Now, she doesn't speak the truth most of the time. It means indirectly we can say that most of the time she doesn't speak the truth, rather she is a liar. So if you are saying that, if just take an example, if the sentence is just like that, he is dishonest, we can also say that he is not honest. So in this way, she is economical with the truth. It means that she doesn't speak the truth most of the time. Indirectly, it means that she is a liar. Okay? Now in this particular sentence, what it should be? When we are saying about a particular person or a particular thing in a good way, we cannot directly insult anyone else. We cannot directly say something ill of somebody else. We cannot use any kind of abusive language of somebody, but we are presenting it in a polite way. We are presenting it in a modest way. Our approach is very good, very much good, not in bad sense. In that case, that kind of figure of speech is known as euphemism. For example, the manager has fired the employee. If you are saying like that, the manager has fired the employee, these particular words like fired, it's not to be taken in very good sense. Rather, your polite approach should be the manager let the employee go out of the organization. If you are presenting the fact in a polite way, that kind of figure of speech is known as euphemism. And in this particular case, instead of saying that she is a liar, you are saying that she is economical with the truth. So you are presenting the fact in a better way. You are presenting the fact in a polite way. Your approach is very much polite. In this case, the figure of speech is euphemism. Now getting back to all these kind of figure of speech. First one is we talked about simile. It's the comparison. As combination will be there. Metaphor, two different kind of things, but one representing the other. Personification, when we talk about a non-living thing, it has been compared to a living being doing certain kind of action. That particular figure of speech is known as personification. Alliteration, the first letter or the first letter of each and every word will be sounding like same. The Peter, Piper, pigs, the pig, just like this one. Always the same sounding letter at the very beginning of a particular word. Most of the time, alliteration is used in a poem. So this is all about euphemism. When we talk about somebody in a good sense, when we are presenting the fact in a good way or polite way, we are not humiliating or insulting somebody. And hyperbole, when we exaggerate any kind of fact, the thing is not so big as we present. In this case, if we are exaggerating the fact, it will be called hyperbole. And just opposite of that is understatement. The thing is big, but we are not presenting it in a bigger way. Rather, we are putting it in a less way. In that case, it will be called understatement. So all these figure of speech are important from the perspective of the CLAT examination as well as IELTS examination. In the last year IELTS examination, if you go through that question paper, you will find almost 6 questions were there based on figure of speech. And in other law entrance examination, and why should I talk about other law entrance examination in this year, in a sample paper that has been published by CLAT Consortium, you will find a question from the reading comprehension passage. A particular line has been picked up, and on the basis of that line, it was asked that what kind of figure of speech it was. So you have to cover up all the figure of speech. I am talking about the most important figure of speech from the examination perspective. You go through that carefully. You just revise all the chapters. You will come to know that what is the application of all these figure of speech. Okay, and through the practice, you will get to know that in which sentence, yeah, particularly if we talk about a single sentence, on which figure of speech it has been based on. So until and unless you know what is the meaning and what is the application of figure of speech, you will not tackle this kind of questions. And in reading comprehension, if we talk about in CLAT examination, particularly, definitely you will get to know, you will come to know that 1 year 2 questions will be based on figure of speech. So you are not going to skip it, rather you are going to score for that particular question. And today I try to give you idea of 2 different kind of questions. First one, set of prepositions to be put in the right slot in the reading comprehension passage. And this year only, this type of new question has been added to English question paper in CLAT examination. And the second one is all about figure of speech. Students, I always told you that in each and every class, I will try to get you familiar with different kind of topics. And already I have given you the ideas of different kind of topics, and as well as sorry, Nidhi, sir, I'm still confused between simile and metaphor. Could you please explain it more? Yes, sure. Nidhi, the thing is that just he is as cunning. Just take an example, right? He is as cunning as a fox. Okay. Now a particular person we are talking about, and fox is an animal. Now the cunningness of the fox has been compared to that particular person. He is as cunning as a fox. He is as brave as a lion. So certainly one characteristic feature or quality of an animal has been compared to a man. In that case, it will be simile. Now, now one thing has been compared, one feature of the other one is not compared. Rather, her tears were river. Directly, we are referring the second one that has been compared to the first one, not talking about the feature of the second one. In that case, it will be metaphor. If you go through this example, it will be absolutely clear to you. Look, her tears were a river flowing down the cheeks. Now, her tears were river. Two things have been compared. First one is tears and second thing, river. Any characteristic feature of river has not been compared. If it would have been compared, then it would have been called as simile. And in this particular case, it is not like that. Tears are compared with river. So it's metaphor. Now, one feature of the second one, if it is compared to the first one, feature compared, then it will be called simile. Got it, Nidhi? Is it clear? Nidhi, please respond. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. Yes, sir. Thank you. So finally, those people who have joined for the first time, and for them, just reminding and just telling them, getting them to know that what is the actual schedule of our CLAT Ke Funde. Monday, there is GK classes that will be taken by Avinav sir. Tuesday, English, it will be taken by me, Nilanjan sir. Wednesday, analytical reasoning, it will be taken by Sudhir sir. Thursday, critical reasoning by Anurag sir. Friday, legal once again by Avinav sir. Saturday, two classes will be there, 5 to 6 and then 6 to 7. It will be of vocab enhancer, first one, and the second one will be quantitative technique. It will be vocab enhancer will be taken by me, and the second one, quantitative technique, that will be taken by Anurag sir. Okay, sorry, quantitative technique will be taken by Sudhir sir. Now, talking about these numbers, website is also given, WhatsApp number there, Telegram group is there, mobile number is there. Feel free to talk at any time. If you have any query, you can get yourself connected to all these numbers. And one thing I'd like to say that if you like this video, if you're watching this kind of classes, spread this message as much as possible among your peers, among the friend circle. And if you are satisfied, definitely you will be just spreading the message among the entire group. So that's all from my side. In the next class, I'll be presenting two different new topics once again. Keep watching all these classes. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good night.